Hello, world. I'm a little new to this. I've always been a camera shy person. Um, so I want to discuss my past, which is not necessarily easy to discuss for me, but it must be done because I've been called, and I'm trying to convey this in a way that all audiences can receive. I've been called in such a way that when I see injustice, when I see wrongdoing, when I see evil and it's placed in front of me, I can no longer ignore it. I can't ignore it. I can't just go along to get along anymore. I can't do that. I can't do that. And I'm operating with the understanding that when you expose people of their wrongdoings, of their evil ways, they're gonna attack. They're gonna be mad. Understandably so. They're gonna be upset that you are poking holes in their plans. And one of the first tactics they're gonna go to is using your past against you, using things that you've done against you to deflect away from what they're doing, to justify what they're doing. You know, they're gonna use mostly any tactic in the book, but that's gonna be one of the main tactics that they're gonna use. Is that they're gonna use if you have things in your past, if you have dark things in your past, they're gonna use that. And I have dark things in my past. One of the dark things that you can look up took place between myself and my son. It was in the news, and I actually spoke with my son about this. You know, I asked him for his blessing in this. I told him what the purpose was for me addressing this. And yes, what I did was a monstrous thing. It was a disgusting thing. It was outright wrong. And I feel remorse for it. I feel regret for it. I wish I could go back in time, pop back in, and stop myself from doing it because it was wrong. On so many levels, it was wrong. But strangely enough, at the time, oddly, in my mind, it seemed like the right thing to do at that moment. When I was acting out of anger, when I was operating with a polluted mind, that seemed like the justifiable way to handle the situation with my son because it was a punishment. It was a twisted punishment. It was twisted, you know, and it didn't solve anything. It didn't solve anything. It just created more problems in the end. It just made life that much worse for all of us. For all of us. So yes, I do experience deep regret, deep remorse for what I did, and I recognize that what I did was monstrous. And not just that, because that's just what was televised. I've done some reprehensible things, things I'm ashamed of. You know how people say I've done things that I'm not proud of? I've done things that I'm ashamed of. But you know what? I'm forgiven. And not just by God, this is because this is what I'm representing now. But like I said, I want it to be palatable to all audiences. But I'm forgiven by my family. I'm forgiven by my children. You know, I'm forgiven by I'm gonna say the law system because it was a legal matter too. It was a matter of legality. You know, but even if I wasn't forgiven in these ways, and I made the resolution to live a better life, which I have, then that means that my past is not going to hold me in chains anymore. I'm not going to allow people to use my past as a weapon against me to further their own evil deeds. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. That's not going to work. What does my past have to do with what you're doing presently? Let's have an understanding. What does my past have to do with what you're doing here and now? Nothing. Nothing. Now, I understand that, decisions we make can affect decisions that others make. It has a ripple effect like that. How we socialize, there's a ripple effect in the choices and behaviors that we choose for ourselves. So that's understandable. But if you're a person that's never met me before, that's never spent time with me or anything like that, and you're bringing up my past to deflect away from what you're doing presently, that's not going to work. My past has nothing to do with what you're doing. Nothing at all. Nothing. And I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing this for all people that do have a bad past, that have done things that they're not proud of, if they want to put it like that, or that they're ashamed of. But what I'm telling you is that that's okay. It's okay. Let your past be the past. But if you have the opportunity to do what's right now, to stand for what's right now, this second, don't let that chance slip from your hands, because you're afraid of what people are going to say about your past. If anything, let your past be turned into good. Let the bad of your past be turned into the good of today. If you did wrong, now you really know what right is. So do right. Do what's right, no matter what. And this is definitely going to go out to my Christ children out there. Because we're called to a different standard. We're called to be a peculiar people, which means that in spite of any and everything, we are to do what's right. Even if it doesn't make sense to others, even if it costs us, which it can only cost us temporarily. All of this is temporary. But those that understand spiritual things understand that temporary is wholly irrelevant. What's relevant is doing what's right. It's spreading goodness throughout the earth. That's my goal and intentions now. That's what I'm about now. It's not about being self-righteous. Sorry, I'm itching. It's not about being self-righteous. It's not about gratifying myself. It's not about looking good in the eyes of everyone else. It's doing what I know is right now, no matter what. Because I'm sick of how ugly this world is. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. We have turned this world, especially American society, into a gross, disgusting place. It's disgusting. It's reprehensible. To live in today's world it's like swimming in sewage every day dealing with people. Like, no manners, no respect for one another, no caring, doggedly pursuing money at any cost. It's disgusting. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I've been changed and transformed inside out. And I cannot just sit and do nothing any longer. I want to address what's wrong rather than brushing it aside and going about my daily life. So all of those that I come across who would do evil and it's pointed out to me, I'm gonna address it. And you may address my past, and that's fine and well. What I'll do is kindly point you to this video and gently remind you that my past has nothing to do with what you're doing presently.